Hello everybody, hope you all are safe and fine. Today in this science session, we'll be starting with the lesson 14 of science, that is fun with magnets. First of all, we'll just have an overview of the chapter. So the topics which we are going to cover in this chapter are: what is a magnet, discovery of the magnet, then we will see about the magnetic and the non-magnetic substances, then the poles of the magnet, isolation of the poles, attraction and repulsion, the Earth's magnetism. In this, we'll see about the magnetic compass, then the making of magnets, storage of magnets, magnetic field, and uses of magnets. So these are the topics which we are going to cover in this chapter. So first of all, we'll start with what do we mean by magnets and the discovery of a magnet. So, a magnet is a material or object that produces a magnetic field. This magnetic field is invisible, but it is responsible for the most notable property of a magnet, a force that pulls on another ferromagnetic material such as iron and attracts or repels other magnets. When we see about the discovery of magnets, it is said that there was a shepherd named Magnus who lived in ancient Greece. He used to take his herd of sheep and goats to the nearby mountains for grazing. He would take a stick with him to control his herd. The stick had a small piece of iron attached to one end. One day he was surprised to find that he had to pull hard to free his stick from a rock of the mountainside. It seemed as if his stick was being attracted by the rock. The rock was a natural magnet and it attracted the iron tip of the shepherd's stick. It is said that this is how natural magnets was discovered. Now, the natural magnet was given the name as the magnetite and the lodestone. Okay, so in Magnesia, rocks containing large number of black stones which had the power to attract pieces of iron. The black stone came to be known as the lodestone or the leading stone because of the way it could be used to find the directions. Today it is known as the mineral magnet, that is Fe3O4, and it is found in many other countries. So this was about the discovery of the magnets. Next topic we have is the magnetic and the non-magnetic substances. So materials which get attracted towards magnet are called magnetic materials. For example, copper, iron, nickel. Magnet which can attract or repel magnets and can attract any magnetic material even if it is not magnetized. Non-magnetic materials such as wood, paper, plastic and most metals don't get attracted towards the magnets. So these are the two kinds of substances, that is magnetic and the non-magnetic substances. Next topic we have is the poles of a magnet. Now what do we mean by the magnetic poles? The ends of the magnet where the magnetic force is concentrated are called the magnetic poles. Each magnet has two kinds of poles, that is the north pole and the south pole. If we study about the isolation of these poles, an isolated magnetic pole doesn't exist. The magnetic poles always exist in pairs. When an attempt is made to separate the magnetic poles by breaking a magnet, then it is observed that the two parts become a complete magnet. New magnetic poles are developed at broken ends. Thus, an isolated magnetic pole does not exist. That is, each magnet is always a dipole. That is, always there will be a north pole and the south pole. Next we have about is the attraction and repulsion. Two magnets will be attracted by their opposite poles and each will repel the like pole of the magnet. That is why it is always said that the like poles, they always repel and the unlike poles, they always attract each other. Now the next topic that we have is the magnetism of the earth or the earth as a magnet. And in this also we'll study about the magnetic compass. Okay, so first we have Earth is a big magnet. We know that at the center of the Earth lies a molten metallic rich iron core. The outer portion of this core is molten. We also believe that this core is spinning. It is believed that the metals in the core have many loosely bound electrons and that these particles can conduct electricity. It is the mass of moving electrons which produces the magnetic field. Okay, so that is why we say that Earth behaves like a magnet. Next we have is the test for magnetism, that is the magnetic compass. We can use a compass to find out whether a substance is magnetic or not. One end of the compass needle normally points to the north. If a magnetic substance comes close to the needle, it will make the needle turn. Now, in detail, if we see about the magnetic compass functions as a pointer to the magnetic north, the local magnetic meridian, because the magnetized needle at the heart aligns itself with the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field. The magnetic field exerts a torque on the needle, pulling one end or the pole of the needle approximately towards the Earth's north magnetic pole and pulling the other towards the south magnetic pole. The needle is mounted on a low friction pivot point, in better compass a jewel bearing, so that it can turn easily. When the compass is held level, the needle turns until after a few seconds, to allow oscillations to die out, it settles into its equilibrium orientation. That means in a magnetic compass, the magnetic needle aligns itself according to the poles of the Earth. Okay, that is because Earth is behaving as a magnet, so it will align itself towards the poles of the Earth. So this was about the Earth's magnetism and the magnetic compass. Okay, next topic that we have is the magnetization, or how do we make a magnet. So there are two methods of magnetization, single touch and the double touch. So first we'll see the single touch method. This method is derived from applying the process of magnetic induction. The polarities of both the permanent magnets and steel bar is to be magnetized. This form of magnetism gained is weak but permanent. Okay, in the double touch method, two permanent magnets are used in this method. The polarities of the permanent magnets and their induced ends of the steel bar. This form magnetism gained is also weak, but again it is permanent. Okay, so we take a permanent magnet and the ends are rubbed on a steel bar and the ends of the steel bar. So the whole of the steel bar starts to behave like a magnet. So this is the way how the magnetization is done. Next topic we have is the storage of magnets. Now, storage of magnets is done by using the keepers. Okay, the free poles near the ends of magnets repel each other. As time passes, the magnet becomes weaker. To prevent this weakening, bar magnets are stored in pairs by using the keepers. Two pieces of soft iron across the ends of the bar magnets. That means in the keepers what is done? There are two pieces of soft iron taken and they are kept at the ends of the two permanent bar magnets so that the magnet does not lose its magnetism. Next topic we have is the magnetic field. The area surrounding the magnet in which the magnetic force is exerted to attract iron is known as the magnetic field. The magnetic lines of force originate from the north pole of a magnet and ends at its south pole. Okay, so the field surrounding the magnet is known as the magnetic field. Last topic which we have is the uses of magnets. It is used in a compass to find directions. It is used in factories for lifting heavy masses of iron. It is used by surgeons in hospitals to remove steel splinters from the wounds. It is used in construction of telephones, electric bells, etc. It is used to separate iron and steel from non-magnetic materials. So these are some important uses of the magnets. So what all things have we seen in this chapter? We have seen about the magnet and its discovery, the magnetic and the non-magnetic substances, the poles of the magnet, the Earth's other magnet and the magnetic compass. Then how do we make a magnet and how do we store it, magnetic field and the uses of magnets. This is all about this chapter. The question answers and the worksheet will be given in the description box, so you can solve them up, okay? In the next video, we'll meet with lesson 15, that is water. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.